Hey, I'm Nick Williams. In my last video, I brought up a topic that got a little bit of attention, as they often do when I bring them up, regarding compliance, regarding door knocking. And I'm going to address the compliance issues that one may run into, and address any concerns and hopefully alleviate any concerns that you would have regarding door knocking. First of all, let me say this. It is legal to door knock for Medicare supplements. And that, of course, is what we're always doing, is door knocking for Medicare supplements. And we are going to, but let me, I want to state that for fact. Now, different states have different rules. So you need to be conscious of the state that you're in. Like California has a lot of unique rules. New Jersey has some rules. I believe different states have different rules. Communities have rules. So you need to pay attention to that. But let me get into the overall compliance so that you're not worried about the activities. And again, you need to address your state rules. The CMS Medicare guidelines saying no door knocking would be, and I don't know that they use that terminology, but they certainly have terminology that addresses this. It's for Part C and D only, Part C and D of Medicare only. So you're perfectly able to sell Medicare supplements. So the question is, if you get there and you're doing a Medicare supplement presentation, can you transition if the client requests that you transition to Medicare Advantage? Yes, you can. You would have to fill out a scope of appointment at that time and then do a compliant presentation. Now, the question is, on the scope of appointment, what do you put? Well, you itemize that as a client requested appointment. So that's how that should be itemized. Now, different companies may tell you different things, but I've talked to many companies over and over and over, and I've been doing this for years, and that's how it would be done. Now, let's see. United Healthcare does not allow this at all. So you cannot go to a home and sell United Healthcare if you door knock that home, because they have guidelines. I believe it's on all of their Medicare supplement and Medicare Advantage Part C and D programs that do not allow you to door knock, telemarket, or anything and sell their product. It cannot be done. What's funny is, and this has been addressed with United Healthcare we've addressed it with them at their home office. It's just not allowed. Now, you may have representatives that will say, well, if you're in a client's home and they need help and they bring up Medicare Advantage, you got to help them. So you'll hear an account executive that may say that, but be careful with United Healthcare. I would not suggest that. I just want people to understand what you can and cannot do. It's not fair for an agent that doesn't have money, that doesn't have the ability to pay for a bunch of direct mail, to be told that they cannot do something that they can, in fact, do and be successful, highly successful with, and that is door knocking. And especially it's the turning 65s that I'm referring to. Some states have rules, or at least one state that I'm familiar with is age 65 and older, and I believe that's California, that you need to be even more cautious. So, and again, if you're in California, you need to know those rules. Now, these people need help. They're getting inundated with mail and telemarketed, and it doesn't make any sense for you not to help them. They will be so relieved that a human being has stopped by to speak with them. Otherwise, they're befuddled and they make mistakes. So don't think that you're like better than or whatever because you don't do this, or that you're all high and mighty because you don't do this. This actually helps people, because if you're doing just seminars or just direct mail, or you have some Facebook lead, you are avoiding a big segment of the population that's not going to participate in that lead program that you participate in, or that seminar program that you participate in. You're not helping everybody. So don't think you are. I'll probably get some backlash for that too, but it's true. So I go to doors and people are just like, I'm so confused. That was the last. I did go out and I did knock on some doors this past week, and I made a video about it. And that's what I'm talking about, because I want to demonstrate that you can do this and do this successfully. So I had one client and she was so confused, just so confused. And then while I was at it, she was turning 65 and she had another problem in that her disability, she was on disability previously. So that was a problem. Well, her income was greatly increasing going on Social Security, or vice versa. I can't remember the exact details. But the bottom line was she needed help and nobody was helping her. I did help her. So that's a big deal, and these people she's not going to a seminar. She's not going to your seminar. She's not responding to your direct mail, or she's not answering the phone. As a matter of fact, when I got there, she said her phone wasn't working right. So, and in that instance, I had her husband, and her daughter were there, and so I was able to address with all of them and help them. So I helped the whole family be on a better position, better footing with with her Medicare, which made them all happy. It makes a difference. Let's see. I don't canvass. I'm not going door to door to door, and that's what they're trying to prevent. They don't want people canvassing poor neighborhoods. No, of course not. You don't want to address just poor people, because you would be targeting then. And that's just, they do not want the targeting. CMS does not want people targeting population groups. So, one last thing, the list. You want a good list for this because you need accurate information. And that list would be something like, for this, I use Sales Data List. I believe they're associated with salesdialers.com, salesdatalist.com. Good list. It worked fine. I had one address that the people didn't live there. Otherwise, I think, a lot of people weren't home. We were in some more affluent areas and people just weren't home. So I don't even know if I had the right address on them. But so anyhow, how I wrap this up. If you don't have leads, if you don't have money for leads, you do what you can do. And that is get out there and knock on a door and help somebody, help yourself. And don't be worried about things. You got to work hard. So this is very consistent with that. If you have a great lead system, you wouldn't need to do this, would you? But it is legal if you stay compliant within the guidelines. And I'm going to end it right there.